All right. Hello again. Welcome to my live. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're here live or on the replay, thank you very much. Today I'm going to be making Thanksgiving cards with the panels that I made the other day. I will be linking that down in my description box after the live. So here is a 5x7 card I'm making this time. I bought this set of pre-made cards and envelopes. They were $10 at a garage sale. I could not pass that up. And I used this image from the Pleasant Pheasant set from Stampin' Up. So here is my first card. I did this in copper embossing powder, and I used my Nuvo drops. I have those here. I have the bottle green and copper penny and dark walnut. So I'll be using the different colors. Here are my card bases. Usually I use about at least 100-pound cardstock. So the card bases, I think they're like 65 to 90 pounds, somewhere in there. So let's put this aside. I will be using my fall paper from Club EP, Welcome Fall. I have some picked out. And I will be popping up on dimensionals. I pop this up on dimensionals. They're not really thick. They add some dimension. These are from Amazon. As well as my 2 sentiment pieces that I punched out with. This is from Stampin' Up. And both of my sentiments, the inside and the outside, I'll be doing an early espresso. That's also from Stampin' Up. And the inside of the card, I'll be putting this beautiful little, I think it's dandelion fluff, I'm not sure. But that'll be in yellow. And then this leaf will be in pear pizzazz. Okay. So let's go ahead and stamp our outside piece. Those Happy Thanksgiving. Okay. There we go. I think it's a pretty font. And while we're stamping, let's do the inside of the card. I did get ink on myself again, so I'm gonna wipe that off real quick. We wouldn't be creating if we didn't get ink on ourselves, right? At some point. Okay. So let's go ahead and stamp the inside of the card. This is bountiful blessings and Thanksgiving cheer to friends and family far and near. I need to make several Thanksgiving cards, and so I thought this live would be a perfect opportunity. Because the stamp is older, I did use some adhesive or temporary adhesive to put on the stamp so it would stay on the block. There we go. I like that font too. And we'll go ahead and stamp our little dandelion fluff, I guess you call it. Because this is a 5x7, it does give a little more room in the inside to decorate if you want. So let's put that there. Beautiful. Okay. And then we'll do our leaf in Pear Pizzazz. I need another block. Okay, if it's not quite big enough one way, you can always turn it around to where you get it just so. There's a little bit there, but that's all right. Pear Pizzazz, we're going to put this in the other corner. Beautiful. All right. Let's do that with the second one. This is my early espresso. Make sure, yeah, okay. Okay, there, that one went well. Put that away. Not as sharp, but that's all right. Now let's take our Pear Pizzazz. There we go. All right, so we have the insides of our cards ready. Let's go ahead and prepare the front. Okay, now I have my measurements here. We're going to take the paper. I'm going to use one pattern piece and then one like so. One bright pattern piece and then one little demure is the first word that comes to my mind. So let's look at the different patterns. Ooh, that one's pretty. But that one is too. Let's do this one. This one for the front and this one for the back. Okay. Get my trimmer. Okay, this piece, so let's go ahead and take off this little piece with this hanger up circle. That's what I call it anyway. And this is going to be, because this is non-directional, so that's good. It's going to look the same no matter which way I cut it. 4 3/4. by 1 7/8. Okay, now this piece will be 4 by 4 1/4. And it is also non-directional. Okay. Oh, yes. Where did I put it? Oh. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. I didn't do that beforehand, so I'm going to go ahead and run these through my embossing machine with the embossing folder. And I'm using my tried and true wood panel. Love it. And this is a perfect size. So I'm going to run both of them at once because it will give some pressure to where both of them will turn out fine. Okay. So there are those. Let's put that away. So let's start assembling like so and like so. This is cinnamon cider from Snappin' Up. I thought it was really pretty. This almost disappears, doesn't it? But that's all right. I think it coordinates all right. Let's put the ink away. Get out my snail. Goes all the way across. Now I'm just going to kind of eyeball this, which that's just about perfect. That's perfect right there, right in the center. I'm really pleased with how these turned out. Right in the center there. Okay. Now let's rid my enamel dots. There, or not enamel dots, my dimensionals. All right. We're not going to use enamel dots today. We're going to use Nouveau drops. As I've already found out, it's very easy to smear it up if you don't watch where you put stuff or you lay something on top of it by accident. Okay, let's put that as close to the middle as possible. And there we are. We're going to put it on the card base first before I put the Nouveau drops on. So there's our beautiful decorated card base. Okay, there's our first card. Let's go ahead and use the copper. I think it'll go really well with the colors here. The Nouveau drops are not cooperating. So we're going to make a tiny little, very tiny. Okay. Cannot find something when I need it. There we go. There. Okay. Got it. That's a lot better, isn't it? Okay. Good deal. I think that is pretty. All right. So there's one. Well, actually, it's card number 2. Okay. So let's do the other. I've got this. There's my other paper. I just had it. There we go. Okay, let's decide what to put here. Okay. Should we do the wheat shafts or the leaves? Wow, that's a hard decision. Wheat shafts. Okay. So that's going to be 4 by 4 1/4. And because this is, let's see, yeah, this is dimensional. We're going to make sure, there we go, straight up and down. Let's see. Do I have another wheat shaft in here? I didn't do that right. Nope. Here, let's do this. Four and a quarter by 4 1/2. Make it a little more even looking. Okay, that'll work. Then we're going to cut this down a little bit. You just kind of eyeball it. Like so. Perfect. Now let's find the other piece I want to do down here. That'll be my 4 3/4 by 1 7/8. Four and 3/4 by 1 7/8. No. Let's do this first. All right. One step at a time. Okay. If you're just joining me, I am making Thanksgiving cards with these two beautiful panels, heat embossed with copper panels that I made the other day. I will link that in my description box after the live. I am adding some extra matting to this one. I used my wood grain embossing folder to make this beautiful pattern here. And this is my Happy Thanksgiving. I will be popping that up on foam tape or foam dimensionals that I got at Amazon. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you get some value out of this and maybe even create some Thanksgiving cards on your own. Some people send them, some people don't, and that's all right. I think we all love to get something in the mail. Just so we like to be thought of, and it's nice when people think of us, isn't it? And I certainly like to send them out and let them know that. So we have copper, and now we're going to do, oh, I'm going to go ahead and put it on first. Then we'll put the Nuvo drops on. Don't want to risk ruining it. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to put the dark walnut because there is some of this color in the wheat. Perfect. There we go. Let's see if I can get all my cards out here. All right. There are my 3 Thanksgiving cards with the Pleasant Pheasant embossed panel and my Nuvo drops. This one was Copper Penny. This one was Bottle Green. And this one is Dark Walnut. Please let me know what you think of each one, or pick your favorite one. I would certainly love to hear from you. And if you haven't had the chance, or if you've considered subscribing and just haven't yet, I would encourage you to do so. I really appreciate your time. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.